Hi, future teachers. Well, I hope everyone has power after this epic blizzard that we all experienced this past weekend. And for those of you that haven't finished your Module 6 discussion posts or your We Believe graphic organizer assignment, you'll have some additional time this week. We are going to go on with Module 7. However, you won't be penalized for circumstances beyond your control. So get your work in as soon as you can, and thank you for those of you that let me know in advance your situation. I know what it's been like. I was without internet for the entire time, but thank heavens I did have power. So just to give you a little bit of information about what we'll be doing in Module 7, our main focus is going to be on differentiated instruction, which is probably one of the most challenging exercises for not only pre-service teachers but also teachers. How can I address the needs of all of my different learners? So that being said, I'm going to skip down to part 2 on differentiated instruction, then I'll go back to part 1. On part 2, you're going to be going to some sites on the internet that talk about differentiated instruction. The first one is Carol Ann Tomlinson's website and she talks about differentiated instruction. She is the foremost proponent and leader where differentiated instruction is concerned. Also, you'll be going to the Scholastic website, which also has some information about differentiated instruction. After you've done that, what I want you to start doing with is taking a look at that lesson plan that you just began developing and that I hope to provide feedback to you by today on what you've started with, primarily looking at the standards you've selected and so on. I want you to think of those items that are listed in part 3 and see how you can incorporate some of them into your lesson. Part 4, what I want you to do is go to our friend Google and type in differentiating and whatever your content area is. For example, since math is my background, I would type in differentiating math or differentiating math instruction. And once you've done that, you should be taken to some sites that might have some information. I've already selected the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, and they have information on differentiated instruction, and they also have information on how to not only differentiate at all grade levels, but they specialize for middle grades as well. Now, going back to part 1, you're going to be reading chapter 6, which is Shared Vision, in your This We Believe in Action, Implementing Successful Middle Level Schools textbook. And there are 6 short videos that accompany that textbook, or our textbook, that I'd like for you to read, and you may comment on them later on. So here are your discussion questions. You're going to be asked to talk about differentiation, content, process, and product that you're thinking about for your lesson. And again, for your different groups of learners, you don't have to differentiate all 3, content, process, and product. The idea is to make a modification that will help your group of learners somehow by your scaffolding process there. And then also talk about what you found on the differentiated instruction sites, what should be at the heart of shared vision, and how can a shared vision and mission statement improve a school? So again, I hope to give you feedback by tomorrow on your lesson plan ideas. And if you have any questions, send me a text or post it on the discussion board. And remember, if you know the answer to a question, don't wait for me to respond. Go ahead and put your response up there instead. Thanks, everyone, and have a great week.